This is me. This is, my before and after. And you can't scroll around Facebook, Instagram, TikTok without seeing something about these drops and some incredible before and afters. You see, I was feeling like crap. I have Hashimoto's, hypothyroidism, degenerative disc disease, osteoarthritis, fibromyalgia, speckled lupus tests, and widespread pain. I felt like terrible. And I was working with my doctor, tracking my food. I was eating really healthy and I kept putting on the pounds. So they offered me the shot and I didn't want to do that because I was already feeling so terrible. And I had a girlfriend that, yes, she lost weight on the shot, but she got sicker. I couldn't afford to get any sicker. I'm a single mom, two kids, teenagers on the spectrum. And so I just said, no, let's just try to figure this out. You fast forward a few more months, and I was scrolling on Facebook and I saw some incredible testimonials just like mine. My girlfriend Joni was sharing before and afters about these drops. So I had nothing else. What was I waiting for? I reached out and I bought a box of drops as a customer. And then I continued to watch her post and I thought, what the heck is she doing? There's a system here. I wonder if I can do this. So I reached back out and asked her how much she made on that box of drops that I bought. And when she told me it was around $80, I was totally blown away. And she said, yep, all you need to do is enroll for a one-time fee. We give you everything that you need to post on Facebook, and let's get started. So then I enrolled. She sent me the posts, and when I started looking at the post, I was getting a little bit scared because I've always had some sort of home-based business, and I've always relied on my friends, family, coworkers to be my customers. And so I thought, what is everyone going to think of me? What are they going to think? Oh, what is she selling now? Like all these thoughts were swirling in my head. And so I continued to watch Joni post, and she kept selling more and more boxes, helping people start their weight loss journey, their health journey. And so, about 3 or 4 days later, I got out of my own way, got out of my own head, and I scheduled out 2 weeks worth of posts on Facebook, 9 a.m. and 3 p.m., of real people, real results. I didn't even have my testimonial, I didn't even have drops on hand. And what happened over the next 12 days absolutely blew my mind. My phone was blowing up. People were reaching out to me via these posts, and I was following up with our pre-made text scripts. I sold 31 boxes of drops because I sold that box of drops that I was supposed to get started on. And I locked myself in at what we call ultimate or at top pay within my first 12 days. And then around March 15th, 2024, I decided I should maybe keep a box and get started because that was the whole point. I needed to start feeling better. And first 4 nights, I slept through the night and I didn't wake up soaking wet with night sweats. So I knew these drops were doing something in my body. They were balancing me out. By the end of the month, I was down 18 pounds. My biggest win was I hadn't reached for my Tylenol, Advil, or any pain reliever in about 10 days, which was an unexpected, incredible side effect because previous to this, there was some nights I couldn't even walk up my stairs when I got home from work. I was in so much pain. Since then, you see this after picture. I'm down 40 pounds. That was taken a year ago in September in Orlando. And I've been able to maintain that weight loss. I continued to stay posting consistent, and over 1,800 people have come into my business. I was able to retire from my job at the end of December 2024, and now I do this full time. I help people start to feel better, lose weight, get balanced out, and create an income living authentically. Now, a part of uh, doing this business is I had to grow my Facebook because I only started with about 400 Facebook friends. And Joni said, add new friends, add new friends. And Mary Olson's name kept popping up as like a recommended Facebook friend. And I was a little leery to friend her or send a request because I didn't know her. Our paths had crossed in the past a little bit, but how weird is that, friending someone you don't know? And so I sent a request and then I quickly canceled it because I got scared again. I sent another one, canceled it, but three times a charm, right? I just sent it and I thought, okay, Let's see what happens. And then I'll let Mary tell you her story.
And thank goodness she added me as a friend because little did she know I was looking for something. I had tried everything under the sun to lose weight, and that's what I wanted it for, was to lose weight. So when she friended me, I immediately, of course, I want a good deal. So I enrolled for the discount. And I was only going to try a box because I didn't think they would work. And within my first month on the drops, I noticed that my knee pain was gone. I was going up and down the stairs and there was no knee pain, from osteoarthritis in my knees. My hip pain was gone. I was happier, as you can see in the slide. My husband said I was less bitchy. And then after about 3.5 months on the drops, well, 2 months, I was off my thyroid medication. My fatty liver disease was gone. Had a scan and everything was good. I don't take any Tylenol or Advil for my pain anymore. Um, and then 3.5 months later, I'd lost 41 pounds. And so it did what it was supposed to do. But in the meantime, like I said, I was only going to take one box. And so I bought a 3-pack. So I was going to get rid of these 2 boxes. And Christy said, just post on Facebook. So I thought, okay, I'll put a few posts out, sell the 2 boxes. And within a few days, I was hooked because I realized that there's not only me that was looking for something for relief, there was so many other people. So I started posting, and within 11 days, I had made over $2,400 cash in my pocket. And in May of this year, I've retired from my oil field job, and I couldn't be happier. And thank goodness she did friend me because I made a best friend out of the deal.
And I am so thankful that you started on those drops right away because maybe your husband had something there and I was a little bit afraid. And I got to meet the awesome, happy Mary. Now, Carmen, on the other hand, she has a different story with how she got started, and I'll let her share her story.
Thank you, Christy, and thank you, Mary. And I'm happy that you're less bitchy also. I think I might be too. I think Christy made those comments a few times. Um, so anyways, yeah. So I've been in this industry for 20 years and I've been on a lot of really, really great products. Last year I turned 54 and my body started to do all kinds of crazy things, growing the wrong way. And I had pain I never felt before. So my body was in much havoc. I really don't do doctors, so I didn't know what was going on, but it was full of inflammation. My face was round. It looked like that, but I believe it was just mostly inflammation. But anyways, and I was just watching on Facebook and I seen some posts and I know Joni and I seen her Facebook posts and Chris and their people and so I knew there was something going on out there. And then I came across Christy's post, and Christy actually had been sharing posts of other people, but when I saw her personal testimony, that's what really grabbed me. And so I reached out to her, and because she definitely had something that I was needing. And so, anyways, and we got on a call, and I also learned that she was making $10,000 a month. I always share that because I'd known her from, years, and she hadn't made any money in this type of industry before. So this company really is set apart in this industry with our system of growth that truly works, as you can hear from the testimonies from Mary and Christy already. And so, and for me, so when I got started, I started posting. My first post was January 3rd. And since then, I've had like 800 people join my team, brand partners. That's not including the customers. And like that's like it's been 9 months or something, like just about 10 months now. But anyways, and then not to mention I got started on the products January 10th and I lost 25 pounds. I had things happen that I didn't even know I had wrong. Like I didn't realize I had brain fog until it was gone. I remember saying to Christy, I don't know how you do this business. Like I can't even manage a few messages, and she just laughed. She goes, just stay on the drops, Carmen. And I did. And you know what? I look back a year ago to where am today, and I am so grateful. I feel we are truly blessed. These products are such good quality. I'm just really grateful to be here, and I'm happy that everybody else is joining us as well because it's going to change lives.
You are so right, Carmen. And the friendships that we have created is amazing, and the partnerships we've made. So the name of the company is called partner.co. Don't go to partner.com, right? You might find a partner there, but you won't find our incredible opportunity and products. The reason why it is called partner.co is because our founders, Darren Zobrist and John Wadsworth, they partnered together only about 2.5 years ago, and they went and they were looking at different companies. John was with a different company called Tahitian Noni, and it was restructuring. He didn't want to lose that. There was companies that had the drops. They've been around for 15 years. Tahitian Noni over 25 years, Limu Seaweed over 17 years, Skincerity another 25, 27 years. And they formed PartnerCo. They partnered with all of these companies, and we have the number one compensation plan in the industry. And this was voted from 750 other network marketing companies voted our comp plan number one. And in fact, it's patented. Nobody can copy this. And we'll show you why in a minute. So we have the best of both worlds. We have the excitement and momentum of a 2.5-year-old company, but we have the infrastructure and the case studies and the products that have been around for decades. And because of this, these companies were already in 50 plus countries. So they had the manufacturing, the shipping, the everything. So we can actually do business in over 50 countries around the world. We have over 100 products globally to balance your hormones, weight loss, improve your energy, athletic performance. We're launching an incredibly clean skincare line. We have energy drinks, collagen drinks. In fact, we just launched an incredible collagen, um, things to improve your sleep and gut health. We have something for everyone on every walk of life at any age. I just mentioned that we have a really great track record. Our products have over 215 third-party clinical studies and go through over 1,000 different testing every single year. We have a handful of products listed in the physician's desk reference in the United States. Now, physicians don't like that we have nutritional products in there, but we have our optimals, we have the drops, we have Tahitian Noni, and we're backed by an incredible research and development team, a wellness council, athletic council, a partners council that has our back. And then we have incredible doctors like Dr. Strand, who has authored many, many books. And we just brought on Dr. Joshua Plant this spring. So the drops, what are these skinny drops, balancing drops? Well, they are created to support your thyroid. I decreased my thyroid meds twice over the last 18 months, really give you that hormonal support. They balance out those sugars and insulin spikes. They bring down your cortisol levels, give you that really nice appetite control. They boost your energy, fire up that metabolism. And as you heard from both Carmen and Mary, boost that mood. So, Mary, do we just send people off with a box of drops, or how do we support them?
So we're not just going to sell you a box of drops and send you on your way and say, thanks, see you later, have a good day. You get us, we support you. We also have a food list that we go by. Now, this is not a diet. This is actually food list designed by doctors for diabetics. And so it's a low glycemic food list. And I can tell you, when you're on those drops and your sugar cravings go down, you're actually going to crave the vegetables on this food list, the fruits on this food list. It's incredible. This is a lifestyle change, not a diet. We are also going to give you a lot of recipes that you can go through. We're going to get you in touch with a lot of Facebook groups that you can go and get any questions answered. And we're going to be right there with you, side by side, helping you through anything that you may need.
And that's what makes us so different. We want our customers and our brand partners to be successful. We are changing lives one drop at a time. People can use them for hormonal balance, energy, stress, anxiety reduction. And I'm just going to run through a few quick slides. I've been starting with Rhoda lately because she's my oldest brand partner on my team. almost 90 years old, you guys. And she got up and spoke the other day. She is building a huge business, posting on Facebook, using our system. And her biggest win on the drops is this renewed zest for life. At almost 90, she is absolutely out there killing it, working out at yoga studios and feeling good. And she's only been on the drops for a month. Then there's my sister Carrie. I like to touch base on her because she was one that didn't follow the approved food list. But I noticed as she was on the drops, she started making healthier choices because she wasn't craving those sugars. It did take her a little bit longer to lose the weight, but I think she's down 37 pounds now and feeling so good. Patricia Pregno, you can just see her midsection is absolutely shrinking. Glenn McDonald, now he's an individual that was in an accident in a wheelchair now and never had any relief from his pain or been able to, feel good and lose weight. 1 month on the drops, he's down 30 pounds, sleeping better. And in fact, he's going around in these wheelchair races. Now, Carol, look at her. It's only 46 pounds. She says she has more to go, but look at the loss of inflammation. She's shrinking. Deborah Bader. Now, she was one that wasn't going to do the business either. She saw a hashtag and it hooked her in with me. She 4 days on the drops and she reached back out and said, okay, I want to start posting. These things work. I feel so much better. And her husband and her entire family has been on the drops and having such huge success, both physically, emotionally, and financially. Now, men, they do really well on the drops because they're a little less hormonally out of whack than our women are. I mean, we can all agree with that. We're pretty complex. And look at this, 15 pounds, but he looks like he's down 45. Claudia, now look how quickly she's shrinking and losing that inflammation and her GI symptoms cleared up. Brenda Bray, she's only been on the drops, I think, since about March, and she's down 84 pounds. And just look at how young and beautiful she looks. Leanne, she's another one that just retired from her job, bought a motorhome and is living the best life. No more hot flashes, no more pain, sleeping better. Now, Bob and Lynn, they look like a renewed couple. Bob looks like he's like 10 months pregnant there, but look at this. Blood pressure normalized, off meds, sleeping better. Kim, she didn't have weight to lose, so she started on the drops for the pain relief and was able to host Christmas last year. Christy, no more brain fog. I just spent a few days with Christy last month and she was crying because she's never felt so happy and in control of her life. Chris down 50 pounds in 2.5 months and he's maintained that for a year, not being on the drops because it's a lifestyle change. Twyla, look at her before and afters. Now she's only been on the drops for 4 weeks, guys. Randy lost 170 pounds in 6 months. Diane, I love her testimonial because just look how happy she is. She is feeling good, working her business. So you guys can be a customer like I was for that 24 hours and buy retail. Or in Canada, you can enroll for one-time fee of $37.95, or in the US, 95 or $29.95 one-time fee. And you get a replicated website, no website fees, guys. Your back office, a share app, rewards app, award marketing tools, virtual trainings. You get all of us as well to support you. Not only that, why become a brand partner? Why not just buy at retail? Because you're going to get 30% off all of our products. You get to participate in the most lucrative compensation plan out there. It's duplicatable. You cannot scroll on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, X, whatever you're on without seeing before and afters. They're real people with rapid results and a completely organic build. People come to you looking at your posts and ask you for information. You follow up with our pre-made text scripts, and it's a high order rate because it takes 90 days to 100 days to balance out those hormones and really create that lifestyle change. And most people, like myself, are going to be lifers because these are my happy drops. So first things first, as soon as you get in, we want you to get to that ultimate or top pay. You heard that I did it in 12 days. Mary did it in 11 days. And that is selling those 30 boxes. And you say, why do I want to get locked in at top pay? because it unlocks matching bonuses and it's a one-time deal. In fact, all your other orders that come in, you put them in your brand partners' offices that you personally sponsor to help them get locked in. And how do you do this? You download an app called The Boards, and we give you everything you need. We launch your business. You can see the 9 a.m. and 3 p.m. posts. You schedule them out. You share to what we call boost groups. We love on your posts and people reach out to you. Then you follow up with our text scripts. So if they say, what are the drops? We have something for that. How much are they? We have something for that. We have a board in multiple countries around the world. And you don't need your own testimonial. You heard that Carmen saw me posting for months and months. And then when I had my story, I posted it. And then everyone just came to me and said, yes, that is great. Can I join you? I want to do this. How do we get paid? Now, we get paid so many different ways in this company. I can't go through them all, but we have retail profits, new volume bonus, base commission, savings bonus, income position bonus, pay line bonus, matching bonus, business rewards, and loyalty shopping. We get paid so many different ways that when I get paid on Friday, it's always more than I expect. I'm going to touch base on a couple. Now, there's the retail profits. You can get in with a minimum 4-pack, get activated, a maximum 30-pack, and you're at top pay. And when you resell those drops from your own stash, you make retail profits. You can also send out smart links. In Canada, to get activated, you buy a 4-pack for $500. Now that's a really great investment because we retail them for $236 or about $221 with a bit of a discount. So when you sell 3, yours is free and you have money in your pocket. Same thing in the US. You get activated with that 4-pack. We retail them for $167 to $176. So when you sell 3, yours is free and money in your pocket. You can usually have those sold before that pack even comes in the mail. And of course, the opportunity to lock in at that ultimate and gold with your 30-pack, why not invest in yourself? Get locked in for life, and when you resell those drops, you can make up to $2,700. You start building a team because people like Carmen and Mary will come in and say, I want to do what you're doing. We even have scripts for that to seal the deal. So when you enroll a personally sponsored brand partner and you're locked in at that ultimate, you can see when you're helping them get to their ultimate or the 1,500 within their first 4 Fridays in the business. Now they may come in with the 30-pack and boom, you get paid 30%. So 450 USD on them getting to ultimate. And you can do that over and over and over. Can you imagine if you enrolled 2 new people each week at ultimate? That's $900 just helping them get to ultimate. Then we get paid base commissions on all of your pay lines, excluding your biggest line. We get paid on that one too, so just hang on until it gets to $13,334. So that's $2,000, and you can see how it can be 2,000, 2,000, 2,000, 2,000. The bigger your team works, and we get paid weekly every Friday on your previous team's work. Now, another way that I'll just touch base is savings bonus. If you've been in this industry for a while or even heard of it, you know that there's that pink Cadillac program or, the Lexus program. Well, we have a savings program. Partner Co does not want to get you into debt. They want to get you out of debt. So they create a savings account. And each and every week, when your pay lines hit 1667 PV point value or 250 US, they take 15% and they put it in a savings account. And once it reaches that $10,000 USD or like around 14,000 Canadian, you get a giant check. And each and every week, it doesn't stop after that. You've just unlocked it. You can make an additional $500 USD every single week. And I call that a mortgage program. You can pay off your mortgage with that. You can see so many of us have gotten this. And in fact, this was just in Dallas in September. There was about 27 of us up on stage holding these giant checks. We also have travel rewards. And I know when I was in these other companies, I always thought, oh, it's only the elite that get to go on this. You guys, I won this trip and 3 other people on my team qualified for it. And we went to Punta Cana this year. And a lot of them hadn't even been in the business 1 year. And in fact, Carmen, Mary, and I, and many others have already qualified for our next trip in April 29th to May 3rd. So it is absolutely doable. And I cannot wait to have you all on this trip. So you heard that I said you get base commissions on all of your legs except for your biggest one. Well, on your biggest one, when you come in ultimate or unlock that ultimate and gold, you get matching pay. So, and that is where you get 15% of your personally sponsored brand partners. So if they make $1,000, if Carmen or Mary make $1,000 in 1 week, I get 150 off of them each week. And then their people, if they make 1,000, I get 10. I get 10%, and so on and so forth. We get paid so many ways. It is incredible. These are the two new products that we launched just at PXP. That is our Everglow. It's a one-of-a-kind collagen, marine collagen, but it stimulates your body to produce its own collagen. Max 2O just works perfectly hand in hand with the drops because we suggest you drink 3 to 4 liters of water a day. Well, how can you do that? Well, you throw in a really good tasting electrolyte and you can drink more, or a collagen. So you heard me allude that we went to Dallas for a convention in September. Next year, we're in Orlando, and I suggest everyone plans to be there because you will be side by side with Darren and John and their families, thousands of brand partners, learning and excitement. And it's like a giant family reunion. So basically, that is it. That is Partner Co., the drops in a nutshell. So I urge you to partner with us tonight. The people who invited you on this Zoom thought enough of you to invite you. We are changing lives one drop at a time. We are changing people's health. We're giving them their future back. And not only that, we have a compensation plan that you can participate in and create real long-term stable money and do it authentically because we're real people with real results. These products sell themselves, the drops work, and so we don't have to add any fluff to it. So join us today and we are going to go and change the world. Thank you, everybody, and I hope you all have a great night. And reach out to the person who invited you and we'll get you started.